So, I'll be talking about the poor education experience. And when I say poor, I mean in like in I mean, I don't live in a great area, so it makes sense when my schooling system wasn't, isn't bad. To, yeah, it was just, okay, look, I don't live in a good area, so it makes sense why my schooling system is just bad, okay? So I'll just be talking about the teachers, not the kids, staff, the beasts, and the beef, and there's the crazy ish that would be happening in and outside of my school. So let's talk about the first teacher, I guess. And mind you, like these stories, the more the video goes on, the older I am. So the first couple of stories are gonna be crazy since I was pretty young. So the first one was about my teacher that would smoke a lot, like a lot. Like it was to the point where she'd have to leave like every 10 minutes to go smoke. And I don't know if he was, the Mary J or cigarettes, but either way, it was not good. And I really think it was the marijuana because look, she would come in and her eyes would be red, and yeah, it's just bad. I don't know, cause like whenever she would always come in, and as you can tell, I'm not a story time or just a story time YouTuber, cause I play video games. I don't really talk that much. So yeah, so she would come in, and after the sesh, and then her eyes would be hella red, and whenever like a student wouldn't be like, Miss, I want help, she would just laugh. I have no idea why. But then, but she would come and help, but the kids would just cough out a lung. Thank God I was so slow I didn't know what the hell we were doing half the time. So yeah, that was just bad. Yeah, she would constantly be smoking, and whenever like a car would drive by, she would flinch. Like I would like see it. It would be a pretty big flinch. So yeah, yeah. So that was just that wacky story. So let's talk about the second one. Um, so she, so she was weird. I don't know why, but she would constantly be talking to me. I don't know why. It was really weird, really weird. I didn't get diddled. Just to make sure, just to set it clear, I didn't get diddled. But she was real weird. But the thing is that she would always try to isolate me. I don't know why. And thinking about it, that was a pretty that would be a good that would be a good tactic if you're a predator. Thank God I left her before anything could happen. Yeah, she was really pretty sure she was a predator. I don't know how. I don't know why she was there. But yeah. Off to the third one. So back to back. This is gonna be back to back weird. So this teacher, she just hated me. I have no idea. I didn't do anything to her. And she just didn't like me. So you know how you have desks in your class? And yeah, this is gonna just gonna tell you where I was. And you know how like in school here, but you know how you also had like a timeout chair? Well, we had a timeout desk. That was just my desk. I swear, I was constantly on that thing. Pause. But pause. That was really weird. But she would always be sending me there, and I didn't like it. I don't know why. I mean, I did bad things, but not to the point where I'd constantly be on that chair. And I remember one experience specifically. She brought her boyfriend in. That's just why. And then, hello, back again. So yeah, I was in the third story. So yeah, she constantly hated me. I have no idea why. And she brought her boyfriend into class, right? And he was he was talking about his job. And let me just what he said. It was only one lines of I was the cleaning manager of this very high tech company, and I would make sure the place was clean every day. And then one of the girls, she was like, "Wait, so you're the janitor?" And then everybody started laughing because he really was the janitor. And then he got mad. His pride got hurt over little kids. And then he started screaming no, no, I'm not a janitor. No, uh, no, I'm the cleaning director. Like what? Like what's a cleaning director? And then nobody was believing the BS. So he was like screaming at us. And then the teacher was like, okay, 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 you guys stop making fun of my boyfriend. And that's when I learned they were together because she just admitted it. Yeah, then she was like, stop laughing. So we did. I mean, not me. I was still laughing my ass off. But yeah, she didn't really care about me though. So yeah, I was still laughing. And then after he was like done explaining his janitor ways, I guess, he was just staring at us, just staring at us, and I think he expected us to like clap for him. Like, why? You're a janitor. That's not something to be like proud of. And then he got mad. He was like, clap. And the teacher was like, guys, clap. He came, he introduced himself, clap. So everybody did, but not me, because I'm like, you're a bum. That's what I said. I said, you're a bum. You're a janitor. I'm gonna be nothing like you. And then she was like, go sit on the desk, the timeout desk. And I'm like, I'm already on the timeout desk. What do you mean go on the timeout desk? And she was like, put down the decorations. I don't like them. And she made me put up decorations. Yeah, decorations from the timeout chair. It was basically like a paper with like some. It was basically like a construction paper with more paper on it, and it'd be like, do you know what you did wrong? What do you want to improve on that? And how can you say sorry to the people you offended? And then on the actual desk, it would be like a worksheet for you. I don't know why. And then I was the only person that had to like take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up, because you would constantly be hating on it, and I don't know why. And I was really annoyed. I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. So I just ripped it off the wall, and I just threw it on the ground, and then I just put my head on the desk because I didn't care. And she was screaming at me. I didn't care though. I really did. I truly didn't care, like at all. So yeah, um, next to the next one, I guess, to the next teacher. So this teacher, she didn't really not care about me. She's more afraid than anything because I was the kid. Because I was a horrible kid. I was just horrible. Because this is when I started to realize if no one likes me, I might as well just start beating it. I might as well just start fighting. And this is also the time I remembered something. I was very young, right? I was around like 5 or 6, and I went to my cousin's place, and they were watching Dragon Ball. They watched Dragon Ball Z. It was fire, and I remember specifically, it was Goku versus Cell in the Cell tournament, and then everybody was going crazy, crazy, like, oh my god, they're fighting, oh my god. And then from that, I think I realized, oh, fighting is cool. It makes you cool, and people will like you. And from there, I was like, hey, so if I start fighting people that are beating the shit out of people, maybe I'll start making friends. And thinking about it, absolutely not. That's not how you make friends at all. I don't know why I thought that. Because I didn't know the context of the fight. So, yeah. I just knew fighting would make you look cool, I guess. So that's what I did. I fought and I still didn't make friends. I would be throwing hands with everyone. Didn't matter if you're older, younger, girl, boy, didn't care. You're getting the smoke. I've changed my ways now. I've changed my ways now. But because of that, because she knew I wouldn't be afraid to hit anyone, including teachers. I would like hit staff too. And thinking about it, that was really shitty. Like, why they're just doing their job. So she didn't like me at all. She was actually kind of scared and she wouldn't even let me speak in class. Like whenever we're reading a book and everyone would be get a chance to read, and she would just skip over me. I didn't really care though. I was just playing like what was yeah Happy Wheels on the I was playing Happy Wheels on the class Chromebook. So yeah, I didn't really care that much. And she just didn't like me at all. So yeah, that was shitty, I guess. Off to the next one. So this one is really weird. because it was it was a it was a war vet. Yeah, I don't know how the hell a war vet got a job, and he said he was um like he said he was a vet from the Vietnam War, and thinking about it, yeah, there's no way in hell because the Vietnam War was around 1954 and 1960s, and I was in school like 2016. So yeah, there's just no way in hell. I think he was more because the weird thing is he'd constantly be doing stuff. Like whenever we'd like wake him up, he'd hit the deck, like quote unquote. Like you can't see me, but quote unquote hit the deck. And at the time I was like, oh my god, he's a war vet. He killed people. That's so cool. And he did not do that. He didn't. But thanks to all my war vets though. If you're watching, I don't know why you would be watching this though. It's kind of lame. Anyway, so yeah, thanks to any war vet. And the thing is that he would constantly. The thing is, he was actually really old though, like really old. He'd walk around with like a. He'd walk around like with a. What do you call it? When you're like really old, he couldn't really walk properly. That's what I'm trying to say. He couldn't walk, and sometimes he'd have a cane with him, and sometimes he wouldn't. And the weird thing is that he'd constantly disappearing, and then us kids would be like putting bets on like if he died or not. That's really screwed. That's screwed up thinking about it. Like, oh, I put $5, he's dead. Oh, I put 20, he's not. And he'd constantly come back till he stopped, and then pretty sure he died. He was really old. He was like in his 80s or something. So yeah, that was really shitty. So yeah, off to the next one, I guess. This one wasn't really my teacher, but she was more like a teacher I had just there. So yeah, um, so I was in her class, and the classroom was just hyperactive, just constantly screaming, talking, and then she would constantly be like trying to calm them down or something. Like, guys, calm down. But we just did not care. We'd constantly be screaming. And it got to the point where when she couldn't stop us for like 20 minutes, she would just give up. She'd just go onto her desk and just put her head down. I think I think she was genuinely crying, but I I feel bad now. Like older, I feel really bad because that was just effed up. It was really effed up. Hey, by the way, if you're gonna tell, yeah, this is personal experience. I probably should have said that in the beginning. Like, I'm not looking at statistics or anything. I mean, I could if y'all want to, but yeah, it was just that was really that was that was mean. That was really mean. So yeah, um, oh yeah, yeah. I remember one teacher. It was my gym teacher, and oh boy, was he weird. It was really weird. Yeah, he also like didn't like me. I don't know what's up with teachers just not liking me. Like I get it when I was younger. Now I 100% understood it because I was just beating up people who didn't. I wasn't beating up people who couldn't fight. I was just beating up on people who were loudmouths, or like who'd pick on other people. Those are the people I was beating up. And yet, still, you shouldn't beat up anyone, and that's why I didn't get any friends. If I did, I would 100% be a delinquent. I would 100% like be selling crack right now, and not making YouTube videos. But yeah, those were half actually, half of the shitty experiences I had growing up. So yeah, if you would like me to talk about like the students and the crazy shit we would be getting into, and the rest of the stories of my teachers, or if you want me to talk about like statistics or whatever, I'll talk about it. So, anyways, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to say, just make sure you're loved and appreciated. Just know you are loved and appreciated. And if I know, then it's for me. Anyways, yeah, I'm feeling,